out to some of my students. For those of you that don't know what I do, so obviously I've been teaching for a number of years, but I've started teaching incarcerated men fatherhood skills. And it was so interesting. We were talking today, and they're like, you know what? People just don't date anymore. They just don't date the right way. And I jumped on that and I was like, well, tell me, what do you guys think we're missing? And they're like, well, people just jump into dating and it's just so fast and all of a sudden it's like 0 to 100. I'm like, really? So you think it'd be good to have some stages of dating? They're like, yeah, we really need some stages of dating. And one guy even said, you know what he said? He said, we're missing courtship. And I said, yes.
You
Wow,
are kidding
you're
me right now.
spot. No, I totally, I was like, what dude, has the term courtship, on the top of his head or on the tip of his tongue, it just blew me away. So we're going to dive in here. We're going to talk a little bit about courtship and courting versus dating and what that has to do. So commitment, right? And that's huge. If we're back in the whole casual dating and stuff like that, there is very limited connection, right? And as we get into the serious stage, we're a little bit more committed. And that leads us into now the courtship phase where we are even more committed. So let's talk about what that looks like, because I think it's huge to unpack here. Dating is a very and that's the thing is we look at dating as an overall term, but really dating has two stages and then we're done. All right, and then we get into serious land. So for example, in dating, and hopefully this isn't the case. If it's ever been you, I really think you should reconsider your life choices and stuff like that. But if you get into a casual dating relationship and start talking about marriage, that may be a little bit ahead of the game, or maybe putting the cart before the horse, right? In which it's
Or if you're telling the other person, I've had a vision of us kneeling across the altar, run.
right.
Just
Yeah.
run.
Yeah. That casual dating is not the time, not the place, not the right time to do that. And again, I want to reiterate that we are needing to walk down these steps together. And I know some people can jump into a relationship and be really impatient, right? Especially if you've dated a lot of people. Dating has been hard. It's been a really stressful thing. And so you're like, all right, I just don't want to start all over, blah, blah, yada, yada. And it's hard. Yes, it is very, very hard. But don't jump the gun and already talk about marriage right out of the gate. It is when we get to courtship that we should even bring up or start discussing any thoughts of, you, me, an altar? What do you think?